It should not take 5 years to upgrade a road, especially not when there's access to resources and skills. This is the view of Action SA's Gauteng leader, Funzi Ngobeni. It's been years since the Gauteng government awarded a tender to upgrade Beyers Naude Drive. The 197 million rand project has not only been abandoned, but it has costs that have ballooned by millions. Ngobeni joins us now to talk about this. Mr. Ngobeni, a very good morning to you and thank you for your time. Take us back a little bit to the reasons why Beyers Naude Drive needed to be upgraded, as well as the funds that had actually been put in place in order to make sure that this project is successful and actually does see the light of day.
Yeah, thank you very much, Tammy, and good morning to your viewers. This project was necessary because, as you know, Beyers Naude is one of the busiest roads in Johannesburg. This section of the road, from Peter Road up until to the N14 highway, it's also very busy with businesses that are operating on the side of the road, obviously hiring quite a number of people. And so it's a very economical, very important economical infrastructure for Johannesburg. The project was initially awarded in 2019, but obviously because of the issues within the department, that was not done and obviously completed. It was later on awarded to a company called GMK Civil. And this company, we are now informed, and having also done our own oversight at the particular project, that it has stopped working. Basically, they only delivered some material in the beginning of the year, and in July, everything stopped. And as we speak today, the project has been abandoned, and nothing is happening, obviously inconveniencing motorists and inconveniencing businesses around that area. The project itself was awarded at close to about 168 million rand, and it ballooned to about 197 million rand, close to about 200 million.
And what were the factors? Futhi, what were the factors that actually influenced this ballooning from 168,000 to 168 million to 197 million? What were the reasons given for that escalation in price, especially because no work had actually been done?
Especially no work has been done. Tammy, we wrote a letter to Premier Bangazali Sufi on the 27th of last month, and inquiring exactly what you are asking us, among other things. And to our dismay, obviously, Tammy, he didn't even acknowledge our letter. He didn't respond to our letter. And I actually see that journalists have also written to him, and he's not responding. So we are asking these questions to establish exactly what has happened, what has caused the project to be abandoned as we speak now, and we are asking as to when will this project resume again. So all these questions, we asked them and we didn't respond. We didn't get a response. Instead, Tammy, we received a threatening letter from the lawyer of this company that has been appointed. They're basically threatening us and basically saying we must withdraw what we said and all that. But we are not deterred. We wrote back to them and we said to them they can bring it on. What we are doing, we are representing the interest of our residents and the businesses around there.
Talking about businesses, Funzi, GMK Civils is the company that was actually awarded this contract. But there are subcontractors that are also part of this deal. There's Buyi Civils and Tauchi Investments. Where do they fit into this entire matrix, and what work did they do as subcontractors, and were they paid as well? Do you have the chain of how the money has flowed?
Yeah, look, as you know, in construction and particularly in projects that are implemented in our areas, 30% of those projects are given to local businesses and local SMMEs. these two companies obviously qualified and they were awarded to be subcontractors. We don't know what work they have done so far. I mean, no work really has happened in this project except the over-excavation and delivering of material. We don't know what work they've done. There are also allegations that they have not been paid and so forth. But those are allegations that we wanted to check with the Premier, and instead of responding to us, is dug and diving, and that is what we are concerned about. But you are right. I mean, this is an economic infrastructure project that should be completed, at a reasonable time, and so that the traffic and everything can actually operate there. But our biggest concern, Tammy, just to also say this, is that this is not the only project or construction of a road or upgrade of a road in Johannesburg that has stalled. That has taken many, many years. You'll remember if you drive on William Nicol passing Diepsloot, it's called K46. That road has been under construction since around 2016. And the delays and cancelling of contracts back and forth has really caused a lot of damage economically in that particular area. And there's many others. There are schools in our area that have been left, abandoned, the construction has stopped. And all these things are happening under the watch of Premier Panyaza Lesufi and the current government. So they need to come on forward and really explain themselves as to what is happening in this project and why are we seeing so much dysfunctionality in the implementation of this project.
Is the problem, though, Funzi, not also about who is being awarded these contracts, who is being awarded these tenders? What is their track record? What have they done successfully beforehand? For example, GMK Civils, who were awarded the Beyers Naude contract. What is their track record? Who are they? Can one actually give them 197 million rand and know that you are going to get what you have ordered?
Absolutely. I mean, that's definitely one of the reasons that we see many of these projects, failing to be implemented. There's poor planning. There's obviously a lot of corruption that is involved. So all those things, they really culminate in seeing this project failing, and then a new contractor will be appointed, and then that new contractor will be the one that has to finish the project. In some instances, like this one in K46 in Diepsloot area, I think it's probably the third or fourth contractor that has been appointed there, and the work is still not happening. So it really has to go down to that point of who are you appointing. I mean, in Beyers Naude, there were close to about 48 to 50 companies that applied for this. Some of them more experienced than the current GMK, and they were obviously overlooked and so forth. So we wonder what will have taken place there. But it's investigation that needs to take place. We are going to continue asking these questions to the Premier. If we don't get responses, we'll have to ask the SIU or other law enforcement agencies to come in and help us to get to the bottom of it.
You also mentioned corruption, that this could be a case of corruption. Tell us more about that.
Yeah, look, I mean, that's one of the reasons why some of these projects fail. I mean, there was a research that was done previously, and we looked at what causes these projects to fail, especially here in Gauteng and here in South Africa. One of the issues was that there's poor planning in implementing this project. There's corruption. There's delay in payments of service providers. All this tends to be the reasons that end up, seeing a lot of projects failing in our country. So corruption is, as you know, Tammy, and South Africans know, it's a pandemic that really it's eating the fiber of society in South Africa, and we need to make sure that we uproot it at all times. So these are some of the things that we are looking at. We are not saying anything at the moment to accuse anyone of stealing the money. We want to get answers. For us to be able to get information and follow it through will be able to lead us to answers as to whether there has been corruption in this case. But what we can see the project has been abandoned. There's nothing happening, and what we can only tell is that the contractor has left the site, and we don't know why he has left the site. They need to come and explain to society and explain to all of us as to what is happening in this project.
Thank you so much,
this is happening
Funzi.
across the province.
Thank you so much, sir, for your time this morning. A very concerning issue of monies being spent, a project for 197 million rand, which is the rehabilitation of Beyers Naude. Money spent, but nothing to see for it. That was Gauteng Action SA leader Funzi Ngobeni.